Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today is to take a classic high-stakes mystery one that really baffled New York society back in 1869 and break down how an amateur detective solved it.
And this wasn't just any crime. We're talking about a continuous theft from a place that was, by all accounts, physically unbreakable.
We're pulling our knowledge straight from the source. W.S. Hurley's story, The Mysterious Burglar, which was published in the New York Fireside Companion.
For readers back then, this was, a fascinating new kind of story. It wasn't about a criminal with better tools. It was about something much more, well, human.
Our goal is to follow the clues, right alongside the protagonist, Warren Evans, as he gets thrown into this perfect storm of contradictions.
And Evans is an interesting place to start, right? He's not some hardened professional detective. This is his first truly independent case.
So he's just getting his start.
Exactly. And the summons he gets is so brief, but so urgent. It's a city letter from a highly respected merchant, Robert Smith.
And it just says what? Come quickly.
Pretty much. Business of importance, that's it. So the tone is set right away. When Evans arrives, Smith is very clear that this must remain strictly confidential.
You can already feel the pressure. A really small circle of trust.
What's fascinating is how Smith is described. He's about 40. He has mild, passive blue eyes and a face that's stamped with truth and goodness.
So the author's going out of his way to tell us, this guy is honest? You're not supposed to suspect him?
Not at all. He seems to be in genuine distress.
And he has good reason to be. Once the doors are closed, he drops the bombshell.
He tells Evans he's been gradually and mysteriously robbed, and the numbers are just staggering.
We're not talking about a little cash from the register.
No. He says it's over $50,000 in just under 2 months.
$50,000 in 1869. That's an astronomical sum.
It's millions in today's money. So the stakes are immense. And Evans has to know that if he solves this, his career is made.
But the amount of money, as huge as it is, isn't even the craziest part. The real mystery is how. Where was it being stolen from?
And that's the entire puzzle. The security setup is where Evans and, the reader is supposed to get completely stumped. The vault sounds like a fortress.
Okay, so walk us through this fortress. The author really wants us to believe it's invulnerable, right?
Oh, absolutely. The safe has a triple iron door. And the text makes a point of saying the center plate is utterly impervious to drilling.
You can't drill it. What about the lock?
It's a first-class powder-proof lock.
Yeah.
This is the absolute cutting edge of anti-theft tech for the era.
And it gets even more secure, doesn't it?
It does. Inside that already impenetrable safe, there's a second safe.
Oh, come on.
Yes, warranted by the makers to withstand any fire or, and this is a great phrase, burglarious manipulation.
So it's like a bank vault inside his own office. What's the detective's assessment?
Evans looks at it, and his professional opinion is that it's absolutely impossible for anyone to breach it without the actual keys. Not in one night, at least.
Yet Smith is insisting it's being robbed continually.
So there's the contradiction. The tech is perfect. So Evans has to pivot from the physical security to the human element.
Right. What precautions was Smith taking?
Well, for 4 months, he's been sleeping in an apartment in the store itself just to guard it.
That's an extreme measure.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on site every single night.
Every night. And here's the core of the paradox, the part that makes it seem truly impossible. Smith tells Evans that he takes the keys to the safe up to his room with him.
Okay.
And he sleeps with them under his pillow.
Under his pillow. So the safe is unbreakable, and the keys are literally being guarded by the victim's head while he sleeps.
How does a thief get in? That's the logical knot that Evans has to untangle.
If the safe is solid and the keys are right there, Evans has to be thinking, maybe it's not an outsider. Is there a conspiracy?
Smith actually gives him a suspect right away. A classic red herring.
Of course. Who is it?
His partner, Terry. He's the only other person with a full set of keys. So Smith hires Evans to watch Terry, and only Terry.
And Evans goes along with this. It seems a bit too convenient.
He follows the logic. The thief has to have keys. The only other person with keys is the partner. It's the obvious first step.
So what happens? Does he tail him for weeks?
Not at all. Evans goes out, does his work, and is back that same evening at 9 p.m.
That was fast.
And he's decisive. He tells Smith flatly, "I am satisfied Terry was not the thief."
So he clears the only other suspect in a matter of hours?
Which is a critical pivot. If Terry is innocent and only he and Smith have keys, the logic loop suddenly tightens around Smith himself.
The problem isn't a mysterious third key holder. The problem has to be with Smith and his set of keys.
Exactly. So the investigation shifts from watching Terry to watching the crime scene itself. Evans suggests a stakeout that very night.
His reasoning being the thief has to physically enter the room at some point.
Precisely. Smith agrees to go to his apartment like usual, taking the keys with him.
So now we have our classic detective setup, Evans hiding in the dark.
Right. He makes a little hiding spot near the counter, gets his dark lantern and a revolver ready. He's expecting a violent professional.
And he just waits.
He waits, fights off sleep for over an hour in this silent, dark room. The tension is really building.
And then
the silence breaks. Precisely at midnight, a clock on the desk starts to strike.
perfect dramatic timing.
And he hears footsteps approaching, closer and closer. The door handle turns, and the door opens softly.
This is it. He's about to confront the master thief.
He's ready for anything. A masked man, a cat burglar.
But that's not what he sees.
Not even close. Instead, a tall form, robed in white, glided into the room.
Robed in white, so he's thinking it's a ghost.
For a second, yes, the text says his blood curdles. But then he recognizes the figure.
It's the merchant, Robert Smith.
It's Robert Smith himself. The victim is the burglar.
So the question shifts from who to. What on earth is going on? How is he doing this?
And the explanation is immediate. Evans realizes the man is fast asleep.
Sleepwalking.
Somnambulism, yes. His eyes are wide open. He's moving with an assured step, but he's completely unconscious.
For an audience in 1869, that idea must have been, kind of spooky and new, right? A psychological double life.
Definitely. It moves the whole mystery from the physical world into the mind. This isn't about breaking locks. It's about a broken psyche.
But how does Evans know for sure? Couldn't this just be an elaborate act?
It's in the details. The way Smith moves is described as automatic. He crosses the room, sets a lamp down, and then unlocks the safe using the very keys he was supposed to be sleeping on.
The thing that made it impossible is what made it possible.
Exactly. His sleepwalking state lets him bypass his own conscious security. He opens the outer door, then the inner safe, takes out a package of banknotes.
And he just locks it all back up.
Perfectly. Carefully relocks both doors and leaves without making a sound. It's like a deeply ingrained habit.
And Evans, he just watches this whole thing. He doesn't stop him.
And this is what makes him a great detective. He shows incredible restraint. He knows that stopping this one theft won't solve the bigger problem.
Which is, where is all the other money? The $70,000.
Right. He needs to find the stash. So he follows the sleeping merchant.
Quietly, I assume.
Very quietly, up the stairs, past Smith's own bedroom, up another flight of stairs to the far end of the building.
Okay, so there's a secret spot.
Smith goes into this old, dusty storage room. It's filled with boxes and chests and, quote, other rubbish. He stops at an old bureau in the corner.
And that's the spot.
He opens a drawer, drops the notes inside, turns around, and goes silently back to his bed. The whole process is complete.
Wow, it explains everything. The unbreakable safe, the guarded keys, the client's genuine shock. The thief was his own subconscious.
And that's what makes it such a great piece of early detective fiction. The solution is based on human pathology, not just a physical clue.
So, the next morning, Smith still has no idea what happened.
None. He assumes Evans failed. He's even a little smug, saying something like, "I knew you wouldn't catch him."
And Evans's reply.
He just smiles and says he had quite a little visit from his sleuth ship, who, entered the room without knocking.
Smith must have been furious, thinking Evans let him get away.
He was at first. But then Evans calmly describes the trail he followed, the storage room, the old bureau.
And that's when it clicks for Smith.
Immediately, his anger turns to this wild excitement. He exclaims, "It is the storeroom," and they rush up there together.
What did they find?
The drawer is nearly full of cash. They start counting it all out, this wearisome task, and the final total comes to a massive $70,000.
So he's recovered everything and then some. I imagine Smith is pretty happy.
The book says he was literally dancing about the room. He's ecstatic. But Evans, always the professional, brings him back to reality.
The problem isn't solved yet.
Not quite. Evans points out, but he will get it again if you don't secure him. They have to capture the thief permanently.
Meaning, they have to capture Smith in the act.
Yeah.
And wake him up.
Exactly. It's a plan for a psychological cure. So that night, Evans is back at his post.
And like clockwork.
At precisely midnight, the merchant enters again, starts the whole routine. But this time, Evans waits.
He lets him get the money in his hand.
He waits until Smith has the notes and is just about to close the safe. He needs to catch him red-handed. Then he grabs him and shakes him awake.
How does Smith react?
The description is actually pretty funny. He's winking and blinking in true owlish style, just completely disoriented.
And then he sees it.
As he wakes up, his eyes focus on the open safe and the package of money right there in his own hand, and it all hits him.
He finally understands.
He asks, "Can it be possible that I've been taking this money in my sleep?" He looks, the text says, very sheepish.
I'll bet. His only request is that Evans doesn't tell his partner, Terry.
The merchant pays Evans $1,000 and is incredibly grateful. And 2 months later, he confirms the exposo cured him. The shock of being confronted with his own actions broke the habit.
The mysterious burglar was gone for good.
Gone for good.
So what's the big takeaway here? Why was this story so revolutionary for its time?
I think it's that the seemingly impossible crime had nothing to do with the physical security. The vault was never compromised.
The weakness wasn't the lock, it was the person holding the key.
Exactly. Evans' logic was perfect. If the keys are required and the key holder is guarded, then the key holder must be the culprit, even if he doesn't know it. He looked beyond the lock and key.
It's a pretty powerful lesson, even today. The most advanced security is often vulnerable to human psychology, not brute force.
Right. No matter how high-tech your defenses are, the person on the inside is always the greatest potential vulnerability.
This story really suggests that even the most rigorous security measures, sleeping with the keys under your pillow, are useless if the person setting the locks is also the one unlocking them, even without realizing it.
And that makes you wonder, doesn't it? In these complex security breaches we see today, where a digital vault seems impenetrable, are we maybe spending too much time looking for the external hacker?
And not enough time looking at the internal user who already has all the access they need.
Something to mull over.
We'll see you next time for the next Deep Dive.